Aha, we're up. Goodness me, hair's a bit fuzzy. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I just set up the camera in the stands and then someone has came along and joined our parade. So, and also now Ruby's dragging me into some fox poo. Aha, you're not getting that, sweetheart. Right. Good morning. Hiya. Good, you guys. Good puppies. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world, whatever time of the day it is that you're watching. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services live dog walk. I'm Stephen Crighton. You join us on a very blustery Thursday morning with the little guys. Crafty Clark is with us. Hello from Texas. Hello, good morning. How's the audio? Where are you watching from? Is it okay? It's really, really significantly windy here today. So this is putting the mic to the test. Let us know how it is. Let us know how it is. Oh, is she coming? No, not yet. Interestingly enough, we have had a nice comment in the last, oh goodness me, hang on. I'll do this all again in a second. We're really tangled. This is a tough day for us all. The enrichment is obviously really high here. Ruby's dragging me off in all directions. Otis is hanging back. The dogs are a little splayed out. We're going to round them up. We're going to start this all over again. Hang on, hang on. You come here, buddy. You come here. Good boy. Hey, why are we barking? Good boy, good boy, good driver. Right, let's start off with a little training treat to get them back in the groove. Back in the groove. Well done, everybody. Well done, my team. Well done. Boys and girls, you look great. Well done, puppies. Well done. No wind indicated. Oh, sounds great. Thank you. Well, great. Okay, so let's get going then. Let's get this show on the road. I'll start my intro again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world, whatever time of the day you're watching. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services live dog walk. If you're joining us live, thank you so much. If you're watching this back, thank you even more. I think it means you've deliberately came to find us. Whether you're interested or creeping, thank you for whatever has brought you here. We're going to get moving into the wind a bit more, I think. We're at one of the higher points in Edinburgh, and this is the beginning of the change of the weather. Goodness me, the wind is howling. You can probably tell from my fuzzy dew. And oh wow, just all of a sudden here, it's just all dropped off and died away. Wonderful. Oh, and it's back, and it's back. There we go. So, welcome along. Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing? If you're new here, stay with us. I'm going to show you a little bit of our dog walk. We're going to walk these guys. In case you're wondering what's going on, because some of you will be new here for the very first time. First of all, welcome. Thank you for joining us. This is what I do for a living. I look after these dogs, and quite a few more actually. There's about 25 on the books. We look after them in combinations of around about 8, and we've got 7 of them out today. A combination of 7. You'll notice they're all about the same size. They're all just the little guys. Hello, Nell. I see you, sweetheart. I see you, my dear. Here we are. This is high above the city, high above the suburbs there, and out with the true outdoor people. If anyone's out and about today, they're properly seasoned at being outside, because it's pretty wild. It is pretty wild. The dogs are pretty used to it. But I'm hoping that we actually get some more tougher weather as the coming days and weeks go on, because we need to kind of get seasoned for the real bad weather, which is on its way. So yeah, the tougher it is for us now, the easier it'll be over the winter, if that makes sense. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Border Terriers. We've got two of them. This is Stanley, getting his nose into some poo, and this is Otis. I think they're both getting themselves noses into some poo. We'll talk about lots of things as we go round, but specifically we had a comment yesterday from Lewis just asking about some of the traits of Border Terriers. They're particularly fascinated with the breed, and as someone who's been on the channel talking about it a few times in the past, I thought I would do the right thing and honour their comment from yesterday. So thank you for making that comment, Lewis. I hope you're well, and let's get talking about it. So if you happen to be here, jump into the chat and let me know what you want to know about them. But I'm going to give a little bit of an overview of the breed and how well they work in the city and various other sort of demographics, as well as just explaining the do's and don'ts for them. So if you're interested in that, hang around. In addition to that, I'll also be coming to the chat. I see that MCR1 has joined us, as of a few others. So we'll come to the chat periodically throughout the session, and we'll obviously talk about what comes up as well, so that if we turn the corner and there's all of a sudden something in front of us that we need to discuss, we'll do that as well. Because we're live, we just don't really have an awful lot of control of what is going on. But I'll tell you one thing, for those that are long-term watchers, Ruby, who's on the long yellow line here, is really testing me today. Her nose is working incredibly well, and she's trying to drag me to every corner of the area that we're in today to enjoy the enrichment as much as she is. Unfortunately, we're on a timed event, so we have to keep moving a little bit. She'd probably quite happily stay there for all time. She'll know that as my voice moves away, she'll sort of start coming, and if not, we'll have to maybe give her a little tug every now and again on that line. But so welcome along, everyone. Welcome to my little channel. Oh, another thing I should say, if you're watching on a mobile device, somewhere up in this corner here where my finger is, do you see there should be 3 dots, and if you click on that, you're able to like the stream. You can also do that by double clicking on the screen, I believe. Every time we hit 10 likes, we're going to give the dogs a little training biscuit. So 10, 20, 30 and so on. So stay with us, and your contribution to those likes are going to basically directly feed one of the dogs. So appreciate that. Really appreciate that. If you can hang with us and give us a little like and show us some love. If you're really enjoying the session today, appeals to you, then hit the subscribe button as well. We'd love for you to walk with us in the future, which will be tomorrow is the next scheduled one. But let's get on to today. We're just probably at our highest point up here. This is where it's likely to be the most windy, so you can let me know in the chat if it's too bad. But we are going to be getting into some cover in a second or two, so bear with us. Let me show you around my city. I live off in that direction. I won't tell you where. But I'm over there. City centre is dead ahead, straight up here. The blue line you can see in the background there, that's the North Sea. I imagine that's pretty cold this morning. And this is Edinburgh. Welcome along, everyone. Welcome. Hi Frank, hello. How are we doing? Ruby's pulling me back again. Steve's with us. Chasing rabbits, yeah. Bryn, is that Singapore? No, I just told you it was Edinburgh, not Singapore. Sir, listen, sir, listen, sir, listen. Dog nice, please. Yellow tape. What? Oh, you mean Ruby? This one. This is Ruby. This is Ruby. Right, so, crack on. Yeah, no dip in the ocean for us today, Killer. No chance. No chance. I did that. There's actually a video on my channel you can have a look at, Killer, which is me, my brother and my sister. We do a dip in the North Sea. It wasn't February that's just passed, it was the February before, and oh my goodness, it was atrociously cold. I think the air temperature was about 2 degrees, and the sea was as still as it could be, but oh, it was freezing. Can you come? Let's just hang on, let's just wait here. River's going to make a new no jumping, boys, no jumping. No jumping. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we enjoyed that. That was a good dip in the sea. It was good fun. I promise this will be the windiest part. So let's talk about Border Terriers. They are by far the most popular breed that I look after in the team. I now have, out of the 25 dogs that I look after, I've got 5 Border Terriers. Oh goodness me, this is too windy for me to even talk. It's catching my breath. Hang on, let me get out of here. Guys, that is something else. Oh, Frank's just done something. River, this way, bud. Thank you, Frank. What have you done here? I can't really read. You know that my colour blindness really catches me out here. What does it say? Sent a gifted membership. Excellent. And I have no idea who's got it because the text is too. Let's see if I can do it over this. No, that doesn't work. Let's see if my hand can do it. Josh received a gifted. There we go. Enjoy that, Josh, from Frank. That's very kind of Frank. Sorry guys, I can't read the text that's on the screen all that well because of the colour choices, and I've actually written to YouTube about this to say, can we find a way to change the colour scheme on this? But I don't really know how to get them to pay attention to that, so if you've got any ideas, let me know. Anyway, Josh has got it. Thank you guys, thank you. I think Josh is our 9th member to the channel. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Frank, thank you so much. That's really kind of you, sir. You know that I will pay you that back in kind in due course. So yeah, so we're talking about Border Terriers, and they make up a huge part of my business. There are 5 of them in the team. So we've got Stanley and Otis, but we also have Juno and brothers Alfie and Biscuit. So the 5 of them have never been out together, but we're hoping to make that the case soon, because actually, very sadly, at the end of the month we're going to be losing Otis, which is a real shame. He's moving to pastures new, so we'll see him again in a few years' time, but not for a few years. So it's a little bit sad. I think we'll do a special video for getting the 5 of them out together, because they do attract a lot of love from the YouTube community, which is great. The Lois had asked about the traits of Border Terriers and how they get on, and it's a fascinating they're a fascinating breed, because for a small dog, we're going to go this way on this little path. River. Yeah, good boy. Let's see if they're all behind us. Oh wow, that wind is ferocious. Yeah, for a little breed, they're really hardy and they're really quite energetic. So I think the breed standard explains that a Border Terrier should be able to keep up with a horse which is a fairly fascinating description of a dog. Maybe not quite apt for modern times, but certainly an interesting way to think about it. And I would say that any of the 5 that I look after would have that engine in the tank to be able to do that. They're definitely hardy enough to be able to cope with the sort of most physical of sessions, and of course, especially living where we live, some of the worst weather conditions. So they're pretty tough in that respect. They've got a short coat which doesn't specifically shed. You will find some hairs come out, but come here, Otis. But what actually happens is, he won't let me do it. So the coat is very smooth and sleek, almost like how you might expect an otter to feel, or something like that. And then, here we go, bud. Here we go. And then, but when it grows out and it becomes really fuzzy and fluffy. So what happens is, and they've let me do this, he's let me do this a little bit, the little finer hairs that grow on the outside can either be stripped out just by a case of just a little tug, and it doesn't hurt him at all. You'll see that there, he didn't even flinch. Or you can be sort of buzz cut. So Stanley's had a buzz cut, so essentially just with the clippers. There's definitely pros and cons of both. To get what is stripped, and it's a process called hand stripping. You need a professional to do it, or you need to know what you're doing. You can learn how to do it on the likes of YouTube and things like that, but I would say the first time you were doing it with your dog, you would want it done by a professional so that they get and understand what is being done to them. Good, you puppies, good. We need to give you some biscuits soon. Keep coming. But the hand stripping process on a dog like Otis, who's about 10 kilos, is about a 4-hour process. Whereas shaving him, like what Stanley's had done, is probably between half an hour to an hour to get him done. Maybe even, if he was done very regularly, it might even be less time than that as well. So yeah, so there's pros and cons of both aspects of that. They're very good dogs to have if you're living in an environment like this. They just thrive on sort of space like this. They need a lot of exercise, as much as a lab or a pointer or a big dog like that would need a Labrador or a Dalmatian or something like that. River, this way, buddy. Good boy. Good puppy. Well done, Opie. Well done. Yeah, they need a lot. They need a lot of exercise. So Otis is out with me 5 days a week. His owners work full time, so he's out with me every day of the week. He's on this session with the little guys 2 days a week, which they get an hour. And you can see we're taking it nice and easy for the little legs. They have a good amount of time to enjoy the enrichment and socialise, and we enjoy the terrain, things like that. But the other 3 days of the week, he's with the big guys, and we really put them to work. On today's session, we'll maybe do, like, my steps will be about 2 to 2.5 kilometres. But when he's out on the afternoon session, he'll probably I'll do between 5 and 6 kilometres. And it's not an awful lot more time that we do it in. This session's an hour, the afternoon session's 90 minutes, so he's doing a heck of a lot more on that session, and we take them to more elaborate places where there's more likely to be a lot more hazards and enrichment, basically. So it's quite fascinating in that respect. He's getting the best of both worlds. He's going to enjoy the little guys and enjoy the big team. And I've regularly said that if Otis was to go into a room full of German Shepherds and one tennis ball, he would come out with the tennis ball. He would come out with it. Alright folks, so every time we hit 10 likes we give the dogs a little training biscuit. We'll just make sure that we honour that. So there's the one for hitting 10 likes. Thank you to everyone watching and staying with us. Barney, you catch? Good boy, nearly caught her. I see that we're obviously on 20 likes. We'll get to the other ones in a second or two. Hi Nick, how are we doing? Good morning. Renelle, hi. Annie, hi. Tim, hello. Yo, yo. So Charlie would be clippered with the clippers, as would Nell, as would Barney, and as would River. Ruby probably doesn't need it, so she's got a coat that will shed, so even if I just brush against her a few times, oh, the wind will not let me show you this, but she will molt, whereas the borders don't. They don't molt, they don't shed, so they need either stripped or shaved, because otherwise it becomes like a sort of sparrow's nest that just goes everywhere, grows out in every direction, and then it becomes uncomfortable for the dog to operate. So at the moment both the boys are looking great. In fact, everyone's looking great today. River just knows we're getting towards the end. River's body language has changed a little bit. He's coming with us, but I'm just going to keep an eye on that. He knows we're towards the end of the session. So, Reed, what are they smelling? Anything and everything, to be honest with you. The way that they work is as they smell. It's like reading a book. So we don't want to interrupt them. It would be like interrupting someone in the middle of a film or in the middle of a good book. We're letting them do what they do. And the way that their minds work is that when we look around, we see different colours and we can identify different things by our sight. So I can tell you that they're bushes, and this is the grass, and they're dogs, and that's a rock. That's what their nose is doing for their brain. As they're sniffing, they're identifying different things on the wind and on the ground, and their nose is essentially cataloguing what's going on the landscape. Who's been here? Which ones are dogs? Which ones are people? Which ones are horses? Which ones are foxes? River! Oh Nick, that's so kind. You did not have to do that, Nick. Thank you very much. That's a very kind thing to do. Come on, buddy. I know you heard those voices. Yeah, no, good boy, good boy. Thank you so much, Nick. Can I give that a like? Is that a thing? There we go. Thank you. So kind. And there we go. Well, let's pay you in kinda. Let's pay the pups. The pups need their royalties, right? There's their biscuit for hitting that 20 like situation. Keep coming, puppies. Keep coming. I can read that better though, Nick. Have you? I don't know why, but whatever colour that is, that's a good colour for me to read on the screen. What are we saying that colour is, guys? Is that like? It's not green, is it? Hang on, you should see what I'm doing here. Hang on. This is how close I am to the screen. I'm properly giving that everything my eyes have got to see what that is. It's like greeny blue, isn't it? Greeny blue. Right, this way, guys. Now, this way. So yeah, so they're tough old dogs, are the Border Terriers. They're pretty hardy. There's probably one con, I would say. So lots of pros. They can live in the city, they can live in the country, they can live in a house with a garden, or they can live in an apartment. They're very versatile, they're very adaptable. They can be lap dogs, or they can be very energetic, but they do need a lot of outlet, so they need to be off the lead as much as you can kind of give them. But the one sort of downside to their sort of bloodline is that they are They're what you would call ratters. In case you're not sure what that means, it's dogs that are designed to rid farms of rats, which isn't a very nice thought, and not only is it not a nice thought, is the process of them doing it is even more barbaric. It's pretty grim. And so if you find one and they've came from a farm, you are going to have an incredibly driven dog on your hands that is going to want to hunt and attack anything that moves. Squirrels, leaves blown across. You know, it's very windy here just now. The ball, the kid on a bicycle, the jogger down the street that passes your door. They're going to want to chase that and catch it and hunt it. And unless you can find a good outlet for the dog and you don't deal with that very well, then it leads to frustration. That frustration was going to lead to real problems with the dog's behaviour. So be warned. They need a certain amount of interaction in their life that requires them to do those kind of things, to chase and to be chased and to destroy things. So like digging in sandboxes is a great tool for a border terrier. Destroying a cuddly toy that you got from the charity shop that cost you 50 pence. That's a great enrichment for a border terrier. They'd love you forever for that, wouldn't you, buddy? I know, you really would. You really would. So there we go. There's a little bit of info on the border terriers. If anyone has any breeds that I work with that you'd like me to talk about, or anything at all in relation to the behaviours with the dogs while we're out and about and doing these lives, drop it in the comments. I'll try my best to do it on a separate video, and yeah, we'd love to kind of do some specials on these things. So Nick's saying that colour's blue. All right, okay. I'm having to scroll back. It doesn't. I've put it in line with this, which, wait now, where is it? They don't look the same to me, but I take your word for it, obviously. Oh, Nick, happy birthday to you. Guys, can we all sing happy birthday to Nick, please, in the chat? Just wherever you are in the world. I'll start it, you guys carry on. Okay, we're ready? 1, 2, 3. Not for £2. How cheeky is that? How cheeky is that? Nick, I hope you have a great day. That's awesome. Oh, double spun there. River, if you've been following us along for a while, River's started to come really out of his shell. He just got, I tried to show you there, he was trying to do some play, but then he got bombarded by 4 of them all at the same time. It's maybe a little bit unfair, but he's enjoying a good run around and a good chase off the team, which is amazing. I do love that. I do love that. He's coming out of his shell a lot. How we doing, buddy boy? How we doing? Good, Nick. I hope that you're laughing. I hope you're not laughing at me, right? You know how I hate that, guys. There's a real thing that I talk about with, like, oh God, I'm trying to spin the camera around again. It's not very responsive today. We talk about this with our friends all the time. If you can't laugh at yourself, you're not my kind of person. You need to be able to have, like, enjoy the silly side of life, I think. And yeah, there's a lot to be said for being able to, like, poke fun at yourself, you know. I know it's not everyone's like that, and some people are stubborn and a bit, I don't know, a bit up themselves. But yeah, if you can have a good laugh at yourself, you're my kind of people. Right, let me plonk this down. Let's see if it'll stand on its own. Oh, my nose is running. Sorry guys, I'm sniffing. Let's see, will this stand here? Will it stand? So far it will. Right in guys. Now from here I can't read the chat, but I can see that there's some coming in, so assuming that the camera stands up, we will get back to it. Hi buddy boy, hello, good puppy. Good puppy, good Otis. Good Mel, good Charlie, good Stanley, good buddy, good boy, good Barney. You after some more, buddy? Yeah, I did only give you half, to be fair. Ruby, what have I got for you, sweetheart? Good girl, that's great recall, sweetie. Well done. Well done. We've got a few more. Will we give you guys a little bit more? Biscuit, River. Now, good girl. Otis, good boy. Good Stanley. Good Charlie. Good Barney. There we go. Guys, get hitting those hearts, right? We'll make this the like AI's highlight of the day. If you spam the chat with some hearts. I don't know how it picks the highlight. So far they've all been quite interesting, but yeah, I don't get how it works. I don't get how it works, but I'm enjoying the AI highlights. Hello, sweetie. I see ya. I see ya. Who are you giving a kiss to? Who are you giving a kiss to? Right, what's the chat saying? What are we saying in the chat? Kitty's back with us. Hello, Kitty. Been a while. Hello, everyone. Right. Will you say Edinburgh? A friend of mine and I were having a discussion on how to pronounce it. Crafty Clark, this is just for you. We pronounce it Edinburgh. No, it's Edinburgh. 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 Is that good enough? There we go. I'm a dog lover and this guy is so nice and love to smile too. Eva, thank you. I'm also a dog lover. Won't give it away. Won't give it away. Right, we're going to sign off for the session. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in with us. We're Nick, have a fantastic birthday, young lady. I hope I was going to say I hope Santa's good to you. That's not what happens on birthdays, right? Hope you have a great day with the family and with everyone around you and those two wonderful dogs. We'll sign off for the day. We'll catch up with you on the next session, which will be same time tomorrow. But until then, have a wonderful Thursday, folks, and we'll see you again on the next session. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.